station.
Hello and welcome to Voltas FreshAir Coolers presents Cricbuzz Live. We have to tear ourselves away from one game and look at the second one that is starting. This one is being played between Punjab and Chennai. That's right, correct, Lisa? It's
Yeah.
Punjab and Chennai. Right?
Correct.
I'm so distracted.
In the new ground.
Yeah, in the new ground. In New Chandigarh. Old Chandigarh was good enough. Like, what's the problem with old Chandigarh that you have a new Chandigarh? But it's a new ground. The old one, of course, has a lot of history. But this new one, you've been to this new one last season, right?
Oh, I think I did. Did I?
Monapur? This is what's happened. He hasn't got his coffee. We were waiting on his coffee. He hasn't got it. So Dooley's going to be operating at 50%.
It's all right, though, because everyone in the backroom staff has got a nice hot cup of coffee because they emptied the kettle.
That's right. They did.
So everyone has got a cup of coffee that is doing the hard work.
But can I just tell you, you've made a rookie mistake.
What's that?
You live in the UK now. Whenever you walk into a room, the first thing you have to say is, put kettle on, love.
Put kettle on, love.
Put the kettle on, love. Put the kettle on, love. That's the motto of the UK. All right, but right now, I tell you, one of these teams has got to put the kettle on, love. And that's Chennai. They really need to boil some water and they need to get some points because they're going to be bubbling. They just aren't bubbling, Lisa. This team.
Yeah, they've kind of fizzled a little bit, haven't they? Yeah, they're flatlined. And we're asking a lot of questions. Where's their intent? Who's going to open the batting? The Indian players haven't necessarily fired. Rachin Ravindra hasn't really done a lot at the top. So there's a lot of question marks at the moment. Yeah. And then they'll be probably thankful they're away from home because they don't understand that pitch. So maybe they can understand this one.
Those are words that I never thought would be in a sentence together, Dooley. Chennai does not understand Chepauk.
Well, that was just one of those things. I mean, one of the reasons I had them in my top four was they had a great run of games at home to start the tournament.
5 out of 6.
5 out of 7?
5 out of 6, I think.
5 out of 6 at home.
Yeah.
And you thought, Chennai at home, it's such a tough place for other teams to go. And, that was part of the reason I thought if they get off to a good start, and you've got to steal a couple of wins away from home and they'll be fine for the top 4. But it just hasn't proven that way. And Lisa's point, absolutely right. Their top order has struggled. They've been 4 down for less than 80 on most occasions. And you just cannot do that. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday, didn't we? The history of Chennai when they've been successful has always been a high-quality opening stand or 1, 2 or 3 have done the job for them. We talked about the Watson era, the Hayden era, the Faf du Plessis, Conway, Murali Vijay, all of these players.
Rituraj Gaikwad.
Yeah, Gaikwad and Conway.
With Devon Conway.
Yeah. I mean,
who's now batting at 3, the captain himself.
Phenomenal.
But he's actually coming in anyway. I think 3 times he's come in the second over and 1 time in the first over. Mate, just open.
So that delayed onset opening, I like to call it. That's what they're doing. Delayed onset in this tournament for them. When you look at the points table, you see that they are kind of languishing towards the bottom of it, and they really need to get in. They need to get started. They need to get going. On the other side, that Punjab team, they are playing some proper solid cricket. A bit predicted though, yes, because that Ricky Ponting Shreyas Ponting combination, and we talk about captain-coach harmony being so important. It's almost like 1 + 1 is 11, and it's turning out to be in this case.
Yeah, it's kind of, the guys have spent some time obviously in Delhi, and Ricky kind of entrusted Shreyas with that captaincy and what they were able to do for that franchise. Yes, they didn't lift the trophy, but they got them from a position where things weren't going so well to, okay, we're in the qualifiers and things are going well. So that relationship is really strong. And then he's got a core group of players that know each other and he knows them really well. A lot of Australians in that squad. So, it's a group that still came out of the blocks hard, but still a couple of things that they'd like to set right in the jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, maybe I think it's also that in the previous seasons, Punjab has, the kind of seasons that they've had. And I know people will go, well, they've only played 3 games and they won 2, so what are you guys on about? But there's just something that you see. And I think you're seeing that positivity, that harmony in the team, just things that used to be Punjab things in the previous seasons are missing here.
Yeah, you have to look at what you've got wrong in previous times. And where Punjab often have gone wrong is just the combination, dare I say it, the management getting too involved, the ownership getting too involved. And I think with Ricky taking over, one of his dictates for signing a contract
demands, autonomy,
would have been autonomy. Yeah. I need to be in charge here. I do not need outside influence. You pick me to run your cricket side of the business. You look after everything else. Make sure the planes are on time. Make sure the bus is there. Yeah. Don't come to me with cricket-related issues when you've never played the game and you don't know anything about the game. And I think that would have been one of the reasons that he said yes to this job. And if you leave him in charge and you give him the captain he wants, who has found some incredible form as well and looking like a seriously talented player again. And you mix it in with some really good quality players. I mean, on paper, I looked before the tournament, thought this is a very, very strong side.
Yeah.
It's a high quality 11 and possibly a high quality 14, 15 if they require a little bit of backup as well. So it's not a surprise to me that they've had 2 wins in the first couple of games. Yes, coming off a loss in their third game. They need to bounce back from that. And that's the test. The test is how do they bounce back?
Yeah.
How do they get it right again tonight against a Chennai side who are desperate, absolutely desperate to win.
We hope we get that sense of desperation from them, because that sense of desperation could actually result in just them coming out and just punching hard. But it's Punjab who's going to be punching with the bat first because they are going to be batting first. And this is their team. They've been getting some big scores. So let's have a look at the 11 that they have. It's a solid batting lineup. You have Prabhsimran Singh and Priyansh Arya. Priyansh Arya has looked impressive in the little bit that we've seen from him. Shreyas Iyer has just been in amazing form. He is a serious contender for the orange cap this season in the form that he's in. And just the way he's playing it, irrespective of the runs. Wadhera, Shashank Singh, we saw him do really well in the first game. And then you have Glenn Maxwell and Marcus Stoinis. So they only come right at the end of that long Indian batting lineup. You get 2 powerhouses in the 2 of them. And then Marco Jansen with those long levers can hit it from New Chandigarh to Old Chandigarh when he swings the bat. Lockie Ferguson, Chahal and Arshdeep, and they will add a bowler when they come out to bowl in the second half of the game. So they are batting first. We'll have a look at the Chennai team. Very interested to see if they have made any changes. They're going to be bowling first, but none. Their bowling unit actually has been decent. So I don't think that they should really tamper with that, and they haven't. Patirana was great, especially at the end in the previous game. Khalil has been bowling well, Mukesh Chaudhary, and then they have the spin trio of Noor Ahmed, Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. They are very dependent on Noor because the fact is, Dooley, that with Ashwin and Jadeja, proven performers, they have been playing since the IPL started. I mean, Jadeja, yes. Ashwin, first season or second season?
Second.
But anyway, been playing a long time, both of them. Perhaps, Noor is definitely outperforming them at this point in time.
Yeah, and he's another one, very difficult to read, really quick through the air, and guys find him quite tough to read. He probably bowls, I'd say on average, 55, 60% away from the right-hander. So the wrong end is more of his stock delivery than the one that goes away from the lefty, but he's working really hard on getting that one right as well. And he's a quality performer, really, really good bowler. Doesn't give much away. He will get you wickets, even if he does go for runs, and that's what you want in this format of the game. I think it's just wickets, predominantly through the middle of the innings. And I think Jadeja and Ashwin just need a little bit in the surface.
Yeah.
They need a little bit. When it holds, there's not many better than Jadeja. When it just holds enough. Yeah. Because he bowls so quickly and he very rarely gives the stumps away, he's so tough to play. When it skids on, you find guys who are able to hit him down the ground. And that's one of the areas that they probably just need to play on a surface that might just hold a touch. If it doesn't, I think they can get to both those guys.
Oh, and Rajasthan's spin trio did quite well. Hasaranga, when they played Punjab last time at that
Yeah.
ground. So it seems like a slower surface.
Yeah.
So the spinners should come into their own. And I guess that's where the question mark as well is for Punjab, because Chahal hasn't really fired as yet.
Yeah.
So if they've got, a few games at home now, they need to be able to understand the conditions and be able to get the best out of their players. So that's what Punjab will be hoping for as well.
Chennai will really be hoping for that kind of a gripping kind of surface because that's their best chance. The way their batting is at this point in time, Lisa, if they let Punjab get away to over 200, then the odds are really stacked against Chennai chasing it.
Well, what was there as the stat? They haven't scored over 175 for a few years, chasing.
Yeah.
Which baffled me when I first saw it. And I'm like,
Since
so,
21.
yeah, and I'm like, sorry, what?
Yeah, 4 seasons.
And I probably, how they've gone about their chases this year, that's probably been the most alarming thing, is that they haven't started well. There doesn't seem to be any impetus in the middle, and they're just kind of making sure it's not a huge defeat for net run rate purposes. But there's no punch. There's no little fire in the belly that you go, oh, they're still in with a chance here.
Yeah.
That's been the disappointing thing.
There's one Punjab player who we haven't spoken about much. He's been at Mumbai. We've seen sparks from him. Very good against spin and lots of spin coming towards Punjab today, and that's Wadhera. And Wadhera is one of those spin-destroying kind of people.
Yeah, 150 strike rate against the spin. It's still not bad against the pace, to be honest, in the mid-130s. He probably wants that a little bit higher. The average is down against pace. That will be the concern for him. But all around the ground, the slog sweeps in particular, the reading, when you play square of the wicket against spin, you've got to read the length really well. And that's one thing I think he does beautifully. He picks up the length nicely. He can play both sides of the wicket with either way, reverse or conventional, and he can hit down the ground. He uses his feet, and I think that's one of the keys too. He uses his feet. He can get to the pitch of the ball, so look for that. More so probably against Ashwin if he gets the opportunity to come down the pitch, although he'll be turning it away from him. He's more, Ashwin gives it a little more loop than Jadeja or Noor.
So I think the key there, as a spin bowler, if someone's sweeping you, okay, that's fine. Then you can maybe toss it up and bring your length back. But then if they can come down and hit you that way as well, plus sweep you both sides, that's the nightmare as a spinner, right? So if one person does one thing, you can, okay, I understand this is where the length, the line, I've got at least somewhere where I can at least get them to hit to my sweepers. But if they can find boundaries that way, that becomes a nightmare, and that's what he's been able to do.
You know, we spoke about this, we touched upon it yesterday, and we should, because it's, again, that's the elephant in the room, right? When you talk about Chennai, we've been talking about MS Dhoni, and you were not here yesterday, but, we were chatting at the end of the day yesterday on air, and we said, why not, for Chennai, send MS Dhoni up at number 4, right? It's like, listen, don't bother with running around, don't bother with farming the strike. This is what you do really well. Out of all the players there, he's still hitting some of the bigger sixes.
True.
At least with all the Chennai players.
Yes.
That's what we want you to do. Just stand there, try to hit a few sixes. We don't want you to play 40 balls. Can you play 14 balls? Give me 3 or 4 sixes, put a booster shot in the chase, and come back, and that's your job done.
Why 4? Why not open?
It's a thought, because the openers are not working.
He doesn't have to run.
She's not joking. She's not being facetious.
No, I'm actually being serious.
Yes, being serious.
Like, why not cash in and almost Sunil Narayan? Yeah. We just want you to play in the power play because it's either boundary or dot.
Yeah,
there's not really ones or twos happening, right? So cash in and then get out, potentially.
We're talking about consequential runs, not inconsequential, which is what he's getting lately.
Yeah.
He's getting runs that don't matter.
Yeah.
And that's, that's not the way he, I'm sure, would want to finish up.
Yeah.
He's got to try and get runs that actually matter. And it's, he's an absolute legend of the game.
Correct.
So it's hard to sit and watch what's happening. Now, a lot of it is coming about because of the poor top order. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
A lot of it's coming about because of the fact they haven't performed anywhere near how they should at the top of the order. But when he comes out to bat and he's 10 off 12 balls and then finishes 35 off 20 balls, the strike rate looks good, but it's an innings that doesn't matter. Because the run rate when he came out to bat was 14, and he went at less than a run a ball for 10 balls, and the run rate is all of a sudden 20, and he goes at a strike rate of 180 for his last 10 balls, well, it doesn't actually matter then.
Yeah.
It's too late. So you're talking about runs that matter. And I think that's where the conundrum is coming a little bit for Chennai and what they do with MS.
Yeah, will we see a change happening? We saw one positive change. He came a position higher. He didn't come at number 9 last game. He came a little higher. But talking about playing players not in ideal positions, Knight Riders have done that. And let me tell you, they've finished at the losing end by just 4 runs. Right?
I told you batting first was the best option.
But I just easy. But just put your eye down on that summary and see what has happened in the end.
Exactly.
Rinku Singh has hit 38 of 15.
Batting at 8.
Batting at 8. They decided to send him at 8. Sometimes you can overthink stuff and overcomplicate stuff. That's what they've done today. Send him at number 8. He has got them to within 4 runs after they lost a flurry of wickets in the middle. We've spoken about it so much yesterday, today, that middle order has not been in form. And here you go, Rinku Singh's got those runs, but he came in at number 8 and there was just not enough deliveries to do it. And in the end, has basically turned out to be 1 delivery short. Yeah, 1 ball short, 4 runs while chasing 238. What a game. You know, I'm not a big fan of the high-scoring games, but I'm a fan of the close games.
Yeah.
The close game can come at 380 and I'm fine with it. And this has been a close and exciting game. And you think at the 10-over mark, Lisa, when we were doing the combox, Knight Riders were cruising. They were 2 wickets down. They needed 11 and over in the back 10. You thought they'll get this done with an over to spare.
Yeah, then they lost, 4 wickets, like 12.5, 13.5, 14.5.
Here, I've got it on the Cricbuzz app here for you. There it is. It's so at the end of the 12th over, so 12.6, 13.6, 14.6, 15.2, 16.1. So
that's where the game was lost for them.
Those are the 5 wickets. So they've gone from 162 for 2 to 185 for 7. So 25 runs. And they've lost 5 wickets. So their entire...
In 4 overs.
Yeah, somebody's just blown the gut out, basically.
Correct.
Shot in the stomach. Wow.
But when you get a score like that, if you just win one period of the game, right, with the ball, whether it be in the power play, at the back end, whatever, then that asking rate is ridiculous because it jumps up so much. So from 12, it'll go to 14 to 15, 16, like within a couple of deliveries. And that puts a lot of pressure on.
And that's what strikes you. But then, I mean, the fact is that they were chasing 238 and they were doing that because of a brilliant knock by Nicholas Pooran. And he is our coolest performer, powered by Voltas FreshAir coolers, powerful air throw, ultimate comfort. He scored his 87 at a strike rate of 241. Dooley, what is this? Is this video game cricket?
It is. It is a little bit at the moment. You notice with Nicholas Pooran when he scores runs too, he often, and this doesn't happen with many players, he often hits more 6s than he does 4s.
Yeah.
He is a 6 hitter. There's some numbers out over the last 18 months, and he is so far ahead of anyone as far as hitting 6s in this format of the game is concerned. And that's just the power he's got, whether it be leg side, offside. It was an unbelievable performance again from him. Leading run scorer now, I think he's orange cap, and back on top of the orange cap, Mitch Marsh and him are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You know, so like now I've got the first and second on that list, but you know, just to come out on the back of a really good opening partnership, settle in, and then just play the way he does. It's a joy to watch at the moment, and the fact that his game is just still progressing and still getting better is quite scary for some.
And just hitting everywhere. He's hitting, you bowl him at the hips, he hits you there. You bowl him way outside off, he hits you over the offside for 6, over covers for 6. It's like bowlers are looking at him and saying, we'd rather not.
Somebody else? Anyone else?
Anybody? Somebody? Anybody? Somebody?
Bueller? Fry? But certainly he's an absolute nightmare. And the other thing is, because of what he's been able to do for a long period of time, he's already in the bowler's head before they've let the go of the ball.
Yeah.
They're like, I can look at as much footage, and yes, there's this narrow little corridor. If I hit this at a certain pace, certain velocity, maybe he might defend.
Yeah.
I might get away with a .1 is gold, right? But he's in their head going, I know this is going to go.
Yeah.
So here he goes. Let's hope I can execute. So credit to him. And I said at the innings break, the fact that he's come in at different times and been able to do the same type of role is just a credit to him and his skill set at the moment.
And that's the reason why Lucknow paid him the big bucks. The rumor is, it's the word on the street, and you know me, I'm on the street all day.
I saw your Instagram this morning. You were on the street.
I was actually on the street. No. I was not. I was in the street.
You were in the street. Almost under the street.
Under the rubble, everything.
Sorry, I digress.
I took a walk on the moon this morning, basically. And the word on the street was, the diggers told me, that apparently Nicholas Pooran just went with a number. His management went with a number to Lucknow, which was a big number. And Lucknow said,
okay,
sure, done, deal. Easiest negotiation in the world.
Brilliant.
Right? Because whatever you want, you're still undervalued, right? Yeah. And he's showing it. He's just worth every penny and a few more. He's just fantastic.
His management team is like, I told you we should have gone higher.
Another zero at the end.
Little 10%, thanks very much.
I should have done it. But Nicholas Pooran, our coolest performer, powered by Voltas FreshAir coolers, powerful air throw, ultimate comfort. And he's providing some comfort to the Lucknow team. He really is. And they've won the 2 points today just by the skin of their teeth, but they've done it. Just one last question before we go off. All these teams are stacking themselves with batters. With that comes the natural problem, Simon, of the batting order. And sometimes there is the danger of getting a little too cute with it, of over-innovating, of overthinking. You look at that batting order with Calcutta today and we don't know who's in form, but the management knows because they're seeing everybody hit the ball in the nets, and there's something to be said about that, right? When you look at that batting order right now, and you see Rinku Singh not out in the end, needing just one ball, what do you see? What should have been that batting? We'll pull the scorecard up and you can have a look at that.
Yeah, it all looks easy in hindsight, and I understand that. We're looking at it post the game, but where is Rinku Singh's best batting position? That would be the question I would ask. And to me, it's 6.
Yeah.
At worst, it's number 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is it a number or is it overs?
Possibly it's an overs thing, but I think if you think back to when he was at his best and commanding a place in the India side, he was saving the innings and then doing the job at the end as well.
Absolutely.
He is better than
time after time.
Time after time. He is better than just a finisher. Dre Russ, nowadays, finisher only.
Yeah.
He's not going to go out there and save you an innings if you're 3-4 down.
No.
He can bat behind Rinku Singh all day, every day, for mine. I don't mind that they sent Raghuvanshi in at 5 again. Can we have a look at the batting card, just to run through it? Because I think they were in a position to say, well, he came in at 6, actually. So Ramandeep came up, which I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I think that is a mistake. I would have had Raghuvanshi and then Rinku Singh. And then Dre Russ, and then Ramandeep.
Yeah.
That would be how I would have looked at it. So whoever made that decision, that would be one I would definitely disagree with.
I just want to say there's a little typo over there. It's not 51 balls, it's 15 balls. So just...
Yeah. Turn that round. Turn that round.
We've done it really quickly. So, we've done it really quickly. There's 2 games happening. There's a lot going on here.
But they were in a position to still be able to send Raghuvanshi out, I thought, at the time, although he played a pretty average shot and got out. The score rate was actually relatively under control for the situation of the game, the surface they were playing on, and the fast outfield. It was relatively under control still to be able to send him out.
So shouldn't then Rinku come at that point in time, because he's got both the games
straight away? He should be
experience.
At 6. He should be at 6 at worst case scenario in that situation. Because Dre Russ is not, again, he's another player that is going to come out. He's not going to take time. Yeah. He could hit his first ball for 6. He could get out first ball. So it's not going to worry him and take time. Whereas Rinku is a player. Like, he's a genuine batter.
Yeah.
And you're leaving him for that position. I think they've got that one wrong. And as I say, it's easy for us to sit here and say this in hindsight because he's got 38 off 15 and they've fallen 4 short. But I've always thought and always said he is a number 6 at worst in this situation. So the problem of too many can create that sort of an issue.
Yeah, that's a proper problem of plenty that has happened there. But what a game, man. 238 playing 234 at the Eden Gardens. Match went up and down. And it's given us an exciting encounter on the back of an exciting high-scoring encounter last night. What do we get today now when Punjab and Chennai play each other? This surface is not telling you as free-flowing and as high-scoring as the previous 2, as the Eden Gardens and as Wankhede. So perhaps not, but we'd really want Chennai to give a fight to this Punjab team because that's what we're used to seeing from Chennai. Kids, Kids.
Who's batting?
Kids. Punjab batting.
Punjab are batting.
Kids,
Okay.
we got it wrong. We've got it wrong a couple of times on the guessing game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not good.
We're going to do it now. I'm saying 184.
Okay.
197.
197.
84, 97, 213.
213.
Yeah, that's 17 for none after one.
No, you didn't tell
saw
us
that
that.
I didn't
I
want to
saw
tell you
that
that.
too.
If you're not going to look on your phone before you
I
guess,
looked
then
at
that's
that.
not my issue.
We
I was going to
always-
go lower and then I went.
You looked. She looked.
But you know, this is the information. Is 1 over up already?
Yeah, one over.
This is the information we always share before we do the guess.
Sorry,
I
mate.
always give it to you guys.
Yeah, no, that's 17 without loss. Do you want to change your score?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
193. Just adding 10 runs,
Okay.
approximately. Are you still sitting with yours? 197?
I'm happy with it.
93, 97, 213.
213. Excellent. All right. Well, those are our score guesses. I hope it's
That was
not-
funny.
Is it going to be 184, you think?
Yeah, well, now.
I'm going to
Spinners will
bullseye
come into play and
184.
you'll be like in there kicking yourself and we'll be laughing at you. But it's okay.
You know what? I've just got so used to getting it wrong now, it doesn't even surprise me.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sorry, little.
There's the world's smallest violin playing just for you right now.
See, we both went to that.
I'll tell you what's happening. It's one of those defending champions at the bottom of the table situation happening with me. It is. I got to be humble and I got to take it, all right?
Yeah.
Humility. # humble. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. That's all we have time for. We're going to go because there's a tiny guy playing the violin now on my shoulder, which means end of the show. Thank you for watching Voltas FreshAir Coolers presents Cricbuzz Live.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ ಚೆನ್ನೈ Express, Dayabasi Station, Netaji Pavilion.